I feel like other tier 1 teams would have done that.
You don't think Tiny was that attempt?
Tiny's just not a carry,
not a good
right?
enough carry.
Like, yeah, he is a mid-space creator. He runs around with like phase boots and a blink, and then maybe buys an Echo Saber, but that's about where it ends. You know, very rarely does he ever carry anywhere past that. But, you know, I did drag on a bit with my point, and with you guys still having to respond, we're now about halfway through the second draft. That's already formulated a very different approach from Team Nigma, drafting their win condition in the Arc Warden first round. I was skeptical when I saw this by, I believe it was Zitrax, whatever team he may be on in the Divine League. They tried first rounding Arc Warden twice, and I always thought this hero was really good against Terrorblade, maybe Drow, specifically like cores that are long-range right-clickers. And then he struggles against gap closers like maybe Storm Spirit, you know,
Phoenix,
Clockwork, guys that can teleport behind you like Nature's Prophet.
Sure.
You know, PAs, PLs.
Even just Abyssal as an item is a bit of a problem for you, right?
Yeah, actually, absolutely.
I don't understand how this hero's win rate is so high in pro level pubs. It's like 58%.
Is in Divine in our Immortal games?
6K plus games, it's got a huge win rate.
Wow.
I feel like it's garbage all the time. What's the spike? What's the power spike that you end the game on? And don't get me wrong. Like, these guys, they invented Arc Warden. Like, this, if any team can play Arc Warden, they can play it. But what I'm concerned about is everybody's going to see them possibly win this game, maybe, or do well or whatever. Arc Warden, every single pub.
Okay, well, maybe we can focus a little less on what your pubs are going to be like and what the future of professional games are going to be like. Because if Nigma can prove that Arc Warden's a good hero, then other professional teams may
I
actually pick
firmly
it up.
believe it has a good win rate in high-level pubs because people pick Terrorblade and then you pick Arc Warden. Like, people are picking it as like this 9th, 10th pick cheese.
Oh,
in
that's
pubs.
true. You're saying it's like a statistical anomaly almost. Like, it's only being picked against Terrorblade, and so the win rate's really high.
When I think about Arc Warden, I specifically think in the games where he's against heroes he counters, he owns. I actually think if they have no innate gap closers, this hero wrecks. Like,
So in a professional match, say the one that we're watching right now, where Phantom Lancer has been counterpicked against the Arc Warden, a good gap closer, then Arc Warden is a problem.
you're trying so hard to
shut the hell up.
So back to our professional match that we're trying to.
We're the two worst people to not talk about pubs. We can't. Well, I'm grinding all the time, but this PL hero, no, so super good against
But
Arc
Sand
Warden.
King is
even a
pretty
counter.
nice against PL, to be fair. You naturally build like Crimson Guard, sometimes Shivas. I've even seen in hard enough games, you'll just go Radiance. They have no real way to deal with Sand King right now. Like, Clockwork doesn't kill Sand King. PL never really kills Sand King. So I'm thinking Sand King will be able to itemize more greedily, like in a way that makes him scale better and maybe accelerates his farm in the early to mid game.
I do agree. I do agree with that, but I would say I think that PL is better against Arc Warden than Sand King is against PL, if that makes any sense. Like, I would be way more concerned being against I remember that guy going way back to pubs. Remember that guy that would spam Arc Warden in every single game? It was like, his name was ZXYC.
Yeah, ZXYC.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And everybody would counterpick him with PL mid.
Yeah.
And he said he was like 2,500 Arc Warden games or something. He's like, that's the only hero I can't play
But those
against.
are all pubs.
Right, so that's totally...
Also, was Sand King the best answer? Because there was plenty of other heroes out
tons.
there. Because I've heard Sand King, some people saying this is still kind of a garbage hero.
I
Underlord
think
was
he's
still out there,
insanely
for
good
example.
against illusion heroes. Like,
Okay.
Here's my deal about Arc Warden, right? The problem in games, every hero in Dota has like a formula for a game that when it's ugly, it usually looks some semblance of this. And it's like Arc Warden's farming, but his entire team's sitting in base. He's sending his clone out, and that's the only thing on the entire team getting. That's the only hero on their team getting farm. It's kind of like Terrorblade sometimes when he's behind too. And I feel like because of what I talked about with Sand King, he's going to scale. Like, this hero is going to have impact later on in the game, and they have to itemize to also deal with the Sand King. So there's some games where Sand King is dealing with like 2 or 3 like silences or like annoying things that he can't, like roots maybe, and he's gonna have to itemize a Yules or something like that. But in this case, he's gonna
It's relatively free.
He's gonna go blink and then like, you know, Shivas and Radiance are like he's going to itemize against PL, I think. So if you combine that with the Arc Warden going Mjolnir, we saw a PL game against a similar lineup that just had so much random AoE that the PL just eventually dies. Like
I couldn't read what that says.
Read what says.
One thing is
is
certain,
there a
and the
tweet?
rest is lies.
Oh.
The one certain thing in this panel is you guys will continue to go back to your pubs.
That's the only information we got, man. We got kicked off all the other the
This
teams
is
we tried
true.
to play on. He
Yeah.
got replaced by Monkeys. I got
Thank
replaced
you.
by Trowel. What can you do?
Yeah. Thank you, Monkeys Forever. Every
thank you,
single
Trout.
team. Very good.
So 5 men are the ones to actually ban away the Storm Spirit, and they will pick themselves Pango.
Not a huge fan
That's
of
pretty
that, dude.
that's pretty decent against Sand King. You can like at least disrupt his Sandstorm,
Okay.
but
Rubik, though?
it's instant into Rubik, who can steal the roll, and then it's also instant lockdown up from Sand King and Rubik on the Pango, and also it's kind of hard playing Pango against Venge too. You've got 2 swaps and a stun, like you just continuously interrupt his roll, and he
Void
feels
Spear,
pretty
right?
bad.
That's what it has to be. It's one of the spirits. Storm got banned.
Yeah, they need-
dude, it's such a free Ember Void Spirit game, man. I'd love to see Ember, even though
You
it's
de-
not
you
in
de-
Miracle's hands.
You definitely go Ember. I mean, against a PL, like that's just
Knowing Weehaw, I'm thinking it's Void Spirit, but I do think Ember is better.
yeah. I think
Like
so, too.
whenever I think of PL, he hates all the spirits, man. All of them
Chains,
suck.
Searing Chains owns Phoenix, Pango, and PL too. Like I really do feel like
They just have no instant lockdown on 5 men. So any hero with innate mobility that doesn't die to roll
He's out, yeah,
is going to have the same kind of game that Sand King's going to have, I think.
So this looks like it's either a Nature's Prophet or Pango mid. You could also run a Queen of Pain. I'm saying, like, I think Ember's the best pick here, but I'm thinking, like, if they pick something that's
Queen of Pain would be fine.
Queen of Pain would be fine. Yeah, it would be fine. Not against a PL. If they did run the PL against it, I think she could, or that could be some kind of cheese strat that 5 men could do. So you always have to be concerned about that. It is somewhat of a counter, but. Okay, they do actually go Quap. Okay.
Hey, that's more of a Weehaw hero. Anyways,
Yeah, that's
right?
kind of what I was thinking. That was just my gut was saying Queen of Pain, but I think Ember is better.
Yeah, I think the
You have,
Pango.
you have to pick for your players.
I think Pango has to go mid here because he's not the best in lane against Arc Warden. So they can't really like swap that up at all.
And do you think, is that part of the reason why they went the Quap that's going to punish the Pango the most
Yeah.
compared
it
to Ember and
punishes
Void?
Pango
Shits on
really,
Pango.
really hard. But that's going back once again. That's my concern: is what happens if the PL just goes mid and then you just put the
You just
Pango in
max
the side
screen.
lane.
No, you
I know you max
there.
screen, but then PL will still be kind of fine because you're just laning against a nuke. It's not.
You'd be surprised. Queen of Pain spamming Scream on these Agi carries. Like
Maybe it's different in a side lane because I've only experienced that matchup in a side lane
Yeah, I'm just.
where you don't have a lot of.
All I'm
bubbles.
saying is that Queen of Pain will absolutely free farm this mid lane regardless of who she's against. And I
This is true.
always talk about the concern with Arc Warden type heroes being that Alchemist, Arc Warden being in that category. The rest of his team getting no farm. And I think Sand King Quap will both have really good games here. I think both supports will be able to either play aggressively like they want to, or they can focus all their attention on setting up this Arc Warden for success, whether that's defensively or not. So
Well, the odds are a little bit better for 5 men. They did take game 1 pretty handedly
much
there.
more normal drafts here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
So, Jenkins, are you sticking against Nigma? Are you still going to be going with 5 men?
You know what? I do want to say just because we were very hard on them in the first game. I do want to say very impressive stuff from them. I think they're better than at least I personally thought when paired up against this team. I think Nigma has a way more normal draft. I think they have an easier win condition. I think they have actual late game. I think 5 men did a good job holding out the game and farming. But I don't think you can do that against this lineup because of the counters you mentioned.
Yeah, I just think Nigma has the recipes for success that they as a team need, and I think the first game was less impressive for me than 5 men, more disappointing for Team Nigma. Like 5 men played fine and all, but I think Team Nigma played below their expected.
All right,
performance.
BSJ thinks they have the recipe for success. Let's see if they can execute in the kitchen, shall we? As we head to our casters of OD Pixel and Kyle.
Thank you very much. Yes, game 2 ready to go between Nigma and 5 men. And Carl, what do you reckon about the drafts this time round? We're seeing this Quap come in as the last hero. Can be that lane dominating hero in the mid lane. Is she going to get the matchup though where she's able to do that?
I'm not so sure, and I've learned a little something. I think me and BSJ quite have a bit in common, because the more confidence we speak with, the more likely it seems that we are wrong. Because I'm fairly certain there's going to be a Fury in middle, and I'm pretty sure Quap is not favored in this matchup. I also know for a fact Chessie loves playing that hero middle.
Well, seems likely then.
Yes,
if that's
I
the
think
case,
it's
yeah.
quite likely, indeed. We have to reevaluate, I think, the analytical minds that we have backstage. I hear them giggling because they now know, oh yeah, Chessie's going mid. However, Nigma's lineup is very much in their breadbasket. Weehaw on an active hero, the 3 support-style stuns for their 3-4-5 position, and then Miracle Arc Warden. I mean, another one of his staples.
Yeah, so you think overall, again, you would prefer what Nigma's doing here. You like the fact that, in comparison to the game one, this time around, Nigma actually having Miracle on a bit more of a traditional hard carry, right? This is a hero that in the later stages is going to be able to do a little more than his Invoker was able to pull off in what sort of ended up being a bit of a full Protect 1 draft of game one.
It depends on how they deal with the Phantom Lancer, because ultimately you don't really have answers for him.
Because PL on paper, late game is pretty good against the Arc Warden, right? You're going to have gap close, you'll be able to get the Bissell later on, you're going to jump on the hero, the clone, and you're going to be able to take him out.
You're pretty good against Quap as well, once you have enough survivability. Before that, it can certainly be tough and you don't have lockdown. But late game, you get an Abyssal Blade up, and all of a sudden it's the Quap that has to be afraid. And indeed, Chessie on the Nature's Prophet will be going middle. And I think that that's a lot harder for Quap than people give it credit for, although it's very much a skill-based matchup.
Yeah. I think they're going to be aware of this, though. We see already, at least, Weeha is leaning towards the top lane as the Quap, and they're going to be sending Mind Control mid on the SK. So is this them anticipating the Prophet mid?
I believe so. I think it's the right choice, too. SK versus Fury, and very SK favored. But then you have Quap in a side lane, and there's difficulties around that because I know we've seen Zai play it for Secret, but he goes a very obscure build. In addition, he's the offlaner. This is Weeha. He likes to snowball, and it's a lot harder to do that from a side lane.
Of course, that will lead this bottom lane matchup to be Ace. He's down here on the safe lane. And at the start, Nigma, they're going to have the three of them out here to secure these bounty runes. And we'll see if one of them does head up top, whether it be Iron Man or GH to help out Weeha, or if they can get away with leaving him solo top.
I don't think you rotate here. Ideally, if you end up in a try-on-try scenario, I think you're comfortable with that. Phoenix clocking not the greatest in 3-on-3s. In addition, Quap owns Pango 1v1, especially in his own safe lane. So that would solve the level issue. Plus, this is an insane tri-lane. Like, every single hero in this bottom lane for Nigma will have 2 spells that help. Thus, level 2 for them is just insane, and you almost always find a kill.
So this is what, on paper, just a very hard place for Ace to farm into. I mean, we're seeing already Ace, he's making the move. He doesn't want to stay down here. I mean, he's going to cross by mid. I guess he is going to take the walk all the way. He's aiming for that top lane against the Quap?
Yeah. It makes sense. You can juke out the dagger. It's significantly better for you as a matchup, but we'll see. I think ultimately this is still going to result in free farm for the Miracle Arc Warden. And no sentry for Chessie. Don't think he expected this matchup.
No, definitely a sort of a heads-up move from Nigma to make that lane alteration. See, Zibe has made his way down here. Now, if you're Nigma, do you sort of follow suit and go with the TPs to continue to sort of switch things up and keep the lanes in your favor, or do you just settle for this? I mean, as it looks to be Pilot Eye, he is going to go down to that tri-lane. You said it's got its strengths, and already just at level 1, finding the first blood.
Yeah, 3 range and 3 ways of stunning or disabling at level 1. It's pretty damn strong. This still is okay, though, for 5 men because they're going to be in this 2-on-1. So PL will free farm as well, and ultimately, as a win condition, it will trump the Arc Warden if they can get to a stable game state. And mid is going to be faded towards the Fury, and even against SK, you just don't do enough damage. Yeah. Chessie's really good with the micro, too. You can expect him to last it well.
Zibe.
Dead.
Another kill for the tri-lane. I mean, these kills are going to give them a pretty quick level 2s across the board on the 3 of them, and then that lane, I mean, what do you do then? If they're killing you at level 1, what sort of hope do you stand going into this tri-lane against it when they're level 2 and you're still level 1?
That's a great question, Owen. I wish I had an answer for you. You might at a point have to abandon it, but this is just such a rough game for Zibe if that's the way it goes.
That's another kill. It's just the kill after kill after kill that Nigma's getting with this tri-lane. Top lane, Weeha, blink back up just in time out to the trees. He's having equally of a rough time up here. Only 3 CS so far in the first couple of minutes. They've got to bring GH over, so that will at least alleviate the pressure for all 5 men on that bottom lane for now. Just with the 2 of Nigma remaining down here. But the damage definitely feels like it's already been done with those first 3 kills.
Oh, for sure. And ultimately, Quap has an easier time recovering in comparison to the Pango. Because as soon as you have enough levels in Scream and some mana pots, you can just shove lanes to your heart's content. Really nothing on 5 men is going to be able to kill Weeha this game either. And now that they've dominated bot so hard, well, we'll just bring GH up top. Now we've got double nukes against the PL lane. And bottom lane's still going to be total free farm for this Arc Warden. It's just not much you're going to be able to do when Pango starts this far behind.
See mid, Chessie able to come in with the TP, get behind the tower. We'll manage to snipe away Mind Control's courier.
I like this, though. We haven't seen Mind Control in the position that starts ahead in what feels like forever. So it's really interesting to see what he'll look to do with this bonus XP and gold that he's going to get from mid.
Zibe.
Lots of creeps here.
Trying to get aggressive, but Zibe, he cannot man-fight these two heroes.
No. Far too much minus armor and physical damage coming out.
No, he's having the roughest start at the moment out of the cores. 5 last hits on that bottom lane Pango, and getting picked off each and every time. Has to be careful. It's a lot of glory going the way of Miracle on this Arc Warden to start things off. 18-11 on the CS.
Yeah, still 4-0, but so far so good for Nigma. They've got to be feeling more confident. It's nice that they get off to a roll at the start. They won the lanes, not really even the lanes, but just the pre-game, right? The before the 0-minute mark, Nigma came out way ahead, reading the movement of 5 men perfectly. And they're in a pretty damn good spot. It's just a question of, will they be able to execute? Chessie will hit 6 soon, then I expect he'll look to start taking towers. If they can get one of the side lanes, that'd be very big. Oh no.
Zibe once again. This Pango having a very rough start down here.
Yeah, Pango very low base armor, clock as well, and Venge is effectively taking him down to 0, and then they have so many spells on top to stay in range. As soon as Swashbuckle's down, he actually just has to stay out of stun range or he dies, which we've witnessed now 3 times.
On top lane, drag back onto Misery. Misery gonna get nuked down low by the Screamer with the dagger on him. He will get denied by Ace. So able to take away at least one of the bonuses there that Nigma were able to pick up. Whoa! Whoa! Nature's Wrath comes in. And we are just disappears. Beautiful bounces. And with GH getting hit as well, the setup's there for Ace to chase down. Chessie comes across, and Chessie gets the double. Couldn't have been any better there as he hit 6 with that ult.
Furion ult is insane, and OMC. Will he get this kill?
I've still got a doppel available, Ace, but he's not going to get a chance to use it as Weehaw back in, jumps over the tree line, picks up the PL.
You got a question, like, this is the trouble about Dota nowadays. That kill's just not worth it for Ace. He missed a full wave and a half top, so he actually gets less gold and XP from killing the Rubik, and now he's going to have to come back to the lane late, plus gave Weehaw the gold. And Chessie rotated out of mid. A lot of resources and time wasted for effectively 2 creeps worth of gold. 3 creeps.
And what we see down bottom, Zibe's trying to recover the lane state, making pulls over to the small camp. Chessie toying with the idea of TPing down here, seeing if they can set up for something onto Miracle. Miracle caught out by the Sprout. They come in with the Swashbuckle. Miracle has been surrounded. Can they save him? They can't. Miracle goes down. Mind Control comes in with a stun, but they try and chase down RMN. Can Chessie pick it up? He can. A couple of kills here. 4-5 men as they move into this bottom lane. Chessie chased a little bit by Mind Control. He's pretty tanky with these treads and the double nulls. And with that in mind, he's going to continue to run. Mind Control has got the epicenter, but just out of range. The pulse is not enough. Chessie's fine. He's able to walk away and get away with that move. An important one as well, just taking down Miracle, this Arc Warden that's been having free farm so far for the laning stage.
I love that from MC as well. A more inexperienced player, probably just Sandstorms there, a lot of juicy creeps to farm, but no, he backs off, lets the Arc Warden not just take the lane, but also maintain creep equilibrium near his tower. So that sort of move is progressively more difficult for 5 men the closer he gets to the safety of his structure. Chessie now farming jungle, our neutral items about to spawn. I love to get Jelly at like 7 minutes, 3 seconds into the game. That's great.
Zibe. Another attempt onto him. He's out with the Swashbuckle, but the damage from the Flux and the final Wraith means it's a 4th death for Zibe on this bottom lane.
He's just got to leave, but it's Pango. Where do you go? What do you gank with? You don't have a stun. Needs his 6. We just got it. I like the casual ringer regen on Ace here. It's always nice to have a little bit of extra regen against Quap. And oh, Chessie, that's a very ambitious
See if
play.
he can find it. As we are doubles back. Sprout, Vision not going to catch him either, so we are should be fine.
They should know.
A smart play there from Weehaw to double back on himself, not go for the obvious move, and because of that, they weren't able to catch a glimpse of him.
Nice move, though, because Pylai is taking mid in the meantime. No big deal that Chessie has left the lane. Weeha is in some trouble, though.
It's going to get another blink out. And yeah, opts for the TP away. Knows that they don't have much at all until those ults come on alive for the team. Like, they don't have anything at all until the ults are in this game.
Hey,
Cancel TPs.
Once again, it's the Miracle Show. I mean, MC is fat, don't get me wrong, but this is a near free farm Arc Warden. He'll have a Midas approaching very soon.
He's already got it. It's pre-8 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, Midas
Good
already
Lord.
done.
I mean, it wasn't enough on the Invoker, but somehow Miracle finds an even better start than game 1.
Yeah, I mean, this time around, I think he had about 6 kills. Well, involvement in 6 kills in the lanes. Top lane, mind control. Gonna go in onto Chessie. They've got the burst of We Are with the Sandstorm, the Sonic Wave, the Epicenter, the whole combo. No chance for Chessie. They blow him up.
Nice move by MC getting aggressive there, because it's not just a kill on the Fury and it stops the push and ensures a full reset before 5 men are able to put any extra tower pressure on. Pi is going to hit 6. He's been mid now for almost 3 minutes, just soaking up the XP, which will leave Misery free to pick up the tome once we hit 10. Question is, how does Pango get into the Dota? Because right now his net worth...
He's sitting down there with the supports. It's been a very slow and painful start for Zibbe because of that hard lane that he had to go up against mid lane. Not going to be able to body block off GH with the Treants. Would have been range for the kill, and Chessie trying to have a bit of a poke to the tier 1 tower. Hasn't really managed to do that much damage at all so far though mid, as the focus mainly has been on trying to help his side lanes get into a bit of a better spot. Hasn't really been too successful though, as overall Nigma still with quite a lead after these lanes. 3k advantage. Ace being chased here, still got the doppel. And Pi coming in with a hook shot to hold them away from the PL. May have put his own life at a bit of a risk though, as Mind Control leads in with the stun, and indeed Pylai went in to buy some space for the PL, ends up costing his life. Zibbe may have found himself a bit of action to get involved in though. The chase down onto Mind Control. He's got the Sandstorm, also has the Burrow Strike in a second to get out of this. Zibbe's trying to find it, but the Jukes from Mind Control amidst the Sandstorm keeps him alive. GH is coming with the Stolen Rolling Thunder as Ace is burst down low, nuked down by GH. Zibbe, I mean, he tries to come in and help out, but he ends up helping out Nigma as GH with the Stolen Rolling Thunder does way more than Zibbe is able to do on his own, as he cannot find the kill on Mind Control with those Jukes from the SK.
It's like one of those sitcoms where main character tries to help. He tries to make up for what he's done wrong, and ultimately he ruins the birthday party. And yeah, GH making more use of the first Pango ulti than Zibbe did, unfortunately, as Miracle still is just sitting bottom. 2,000 gold, Boots, Midas, double Wraith. That is insane. He's going to have bots Midas at 11 minutes. The gold lead for Nigma is approaching insurmountability, because ultimately 5 men can't push towers if their Furion isn't capable of doing so. And he's stuck in his own jungle.
Pi? He's going to hookshot in onto Miracle. Chessie TP's over as well as Misery. Misery going to go pop the egg. Can they bring the egg down? Nigma's trying to hit it. Miracle's trying to run. The swap out there from RMN as well. Gets Miracle out, but Pi will be able to snipe him with the rocket flare. So Pi at least able to bring down Miracle, but overall Nigma still with the net advantage as they take down 3. Zibbe comes in with the Rolling Thunder. He has caught the 3 of them. A great angle. Zibbe, he's doing it here. A beautiful line. And Zibbe, he's redeeming himself. Comes in, finds the double kill. Mind Control out. Zibbe's got it. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Zibbe is back in the game.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, Zibbe. Given a shot to redeem himself, he does just that. A buyback from Pylai, but he gets so much XP off it, I'm sure he doesn't mind. GH. What did he just turn on there? What in the hell? Ace? Ace?
GH.
Can you relax, GH? What the?
Oh, that they're getting 3 connections with a Rolling Thunder. Finding the angle. I mean, GH, man, step aside, boys and girls. I mean, Zibbe gave us some lovely action down bottom with his Rolling Thunder. GH, he's just set on outdoing the Pango. He's showing us with his own Rolling Thunder.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That was just as his spell ended. He was like, well, I might as well just kill the carry, I guess, while I've got this available.
Oh, man. I mean, that's one of those sort of deaths as Ace. You just got to sort of hands off the keyboard and say, all right, you know, what? Well played. You know, you got to give GH a bit of a clap.
He's so good, man.
I
GH
know.
is just insane.
I
You consider he won TI, what, 3 years ago now? 1, 2, yeah.
Yeah,
He's still at the same level.
yeah, he's still there. Every game is grand finals for GH. Always giving it his best.
Yeah, Miracle likely to be the one who would secure this game for Nigma. Still just farming. He went for the Maelstrom over the bots, but it makes sense. Do believe it's optimal for your farming speed. And they already have a bots on mind control. A really elegant way of dealing with this Fury and split push just by your own method of global teleportation. Yeah. Kill his creeps.
And he can react very nicely to the global moves.
Are fortified.
Go for the smoke up, 5 men on the hunt. They're looking for that bottom lane kill. Or maybe around this triangle. It is Miracle. Zibe with the lead in. Hook shot into the Rolling Thunder. They get the angle for a couple of bounces. They'll do it. Perfect smoke move. We'll see if it gets punished by Nigma. They'll turn Weeha over towards Chessie. Mind control in with the epicenter. Chessie will go down for this. They get the 1-for-1. Instant smoke up as well from Nigma. They're trying to make a move over towards mid. Lead in with the magic missile onto Misery. GH with the telekinesis to put the dive to an end.
Really well played. Chessie now finishing up the Orchid. It is a little concerning. That's the second time he's teleported into a gank that likely would have succeeded without him, and then he feeds his life away. Unfortunate, especially when your top net worth does have the Orchid now. Should be easier to find kills on Weeha and these squishy support duos, but it's a lot easier said than done the way these guys are playing. I like Wee's build. He'll go for that Yules straight away.
Nice. He should be alright here. I say that Weeha is toying around with the Sonic Wave, as Ace does still have a doppelganger. Be the lad to find us now. Oh, he's been baited in. Weeha's been baited in. The bait was successful. The sad trombone's out.
Oh, Chessie going with the tip. Weeha with the trombone.
Hey, and they're going to go for more at 5 men. They try and go in with a hook shot onto RMN. Zibe finds the passive proc to slow down the Venge. Venge trying to swap his way out of the cogs, but it's into the heat of the Sunray. Double kill for Chessie, and Zibe, he's hunting for more. He's in onto GH. Chessie TP's over, the Orchid's back up again. They're popping the Supernova. He's slowed down by the Lucky Shot proc, and the setup's there. Chessie picks up the triple kill. The Supernova stun. It stuns up mind control. Chessie's getting a little low, starting to tank the tower hits. He's got to back away. Spark Wraith down. Pylite Eye making sure that he tanks that for the team, keeps Chessie and Zibe safe. As they get in, they get the triple kill for Chessie, and they get everybody out, 5 men.
Not bad, not bad. Also wanted you to take a note there, Owen. The Venge, when trapped in clock cogs, swapped an enemy, not an ally. Just for the record, thinking maybe moving forward in future games. 6K the gold lead for Nigma, but a lot of this is just because the Arc Warden gold generation. 5 men are still winning fights. Nigma are ahead in kills. It feels like a repeat of last game where it all, inevitably Nigma should have the lead. They should win this game. They should have the late game. But Ace is going to continue to accelerate. Went for the hood instead of a drums.
Yeah. Do you think necessary this game, or?
It's not bad. It helps you stay alive against the mass magic of the SK, but it doesn't help you progress, is my concern. His gold, like he's not farming faster thanks to this hood. Not at all.
But he's less likely to die, right?
Sure, but he's not really the target, and he's playing away from his team. He's not looking to get involved, which is typically what I see a hood be used for.
A quick grab in the trees here from the 3 of them. Still holding quite the lead here. 7K up at 16 minutes in. Miracle, his farm continuing to be uncontested this game.
Hey, check out the items. Blink Dagger up on MC along with the bots. Hella mobility now. Mech finished on Zibe. Soon to be a defusal on Ace. I think Misery's going to go for a Veil, but that's crazy.
They've just got the catch on Chessie there, in underneath the tower. Zibe's having to roll out of here with the Thunder. See if they can catch this mind control. Speeding in. There's the Blink Dagger. Another bit of a setup. We are able to blink in. Zibe getting the swashbuckle off in time, though, will manage to reach out and get to safety.
By the way, GH is huge.
He's got what, his Force done?
And an Aether. He's ahead of his Quap and spitting distance of the enemy Phantom Lancer. He is enormous.
Yeah, I mean, when you're bringing out plays like we've seen for GH this game, it pays. It really does. I mean, you're absolutely right. The fact that he's on his way towards the top 3 this game.
Miracle.
He's on his way towards the top 2.
Miracle leading in damage dealt, structure damage dealt, camp stacked, gold generated. What can't this make? Okay, I was making that up. He wasn't leading in damage dealt.
Yeah,
I was just hoping.
Very, very evenly split, actually, amongst Nigma's side.
I meant damage done to creeps. Essence Ring now for pretty much anybody on the side of Nigma. That's a great item pickup. There's very limited sustained DPS on 5 men. It's almost all burst.
GH just pushing out on his own. He feels that solid. Zibe coming in with the chase. So they look for GH. There's a lot of backup. Pi coming in with a hook shot connection onto GH. GH trapped in the cogs for now. He'll try and lift out the clock, but he's already been burst down by the Nature's Wrath. They've lost 2 though, 5 men, as now Zibe, he's out of options for escape. Swapped back by RMN, tries to swashbuckle out of the side, but can't get off the high ground. Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame 5 men for trying to focus GH. They're like, dude, look at this Rubik. He's massive. We've got to kill him. But because of that, the rest of Nigma are able to take the entirety of the team out. Now Ace, he's getting pressured up top.
I'm just so confused by this hood pickup, Owen. He's not fighting with it. This game is not going to like, if you're playing against an Arc Warden, all inning for farm speed, Midas into Maelstrom, and you're going for a hood, it's to go kill the Arc Warden, not hit creeps. Look at the net worth. Miracle's gone up 4,000 gold since Ace went up, what, 1,200? It's just not equitable. Nigma is just compounding their lead, increasing by the moment. And 5 men, they're losing map control rapidly. They're now playing against multiple aggressive wards in their own jungle. They have no real method of getting out on map right now either. Bounty placed on Ace, so you know Nigma's going to keep the aggression up.
On control. Another catch here, straight in with, the epicenter will be put to an end. As Pi is able to pop the battery assault, still means that he goes down. There's a supernova on the high ground here, and it looks like they don't have the preparations to take it out with the Rolling Thunder control. Zibe keeps them held inside it. All the egg does finally fall. They kill off the Phoenix. Before it's successful, Zibe turns over towards GH in the river. The Sonic Wave pushing back Zibe and Chessie. Blink forward aggressively from Weeha onto the Pango. Sets up for Miracle to burst down another mind control in onto the high ground, controlling Ace. Weeha, Miracle, and GH turn towards Chessie. Chessie tries to TP out, but the telekinesis is back up. GH puts it to an end. As Nigma take the 4 for 1. It looked like things were going to work out there with that egg, but Nigma able to deal with it.
Yeah, it's just the Miracle just showed up. Yeah. He was there, he put a bubble down, and from the safety of it, just killed the egg. It's still just level 1.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, this is not a really winnable game. 15k the gold. Like, this is not the same as the
you
Invoker.
felt pretty confident about last game, Carla. This one, in comparison, is just...
I may have overestimated Invoker's scaling potential. This is no longer 2017.
But you don't think there's any overestimating the Arc Warden in this position?
Here's the thing. Arc Warden, pick an item.
Yeah.
Pick an item.
Battle Fury.
Let's say Midas.
Why do you ask me to pick an item?
If Invoker buys it, he only gets to use it once. Arc Warden gets it twice. Same with the Mjolnir, these bots. This hero truly... He's killing Pylai Die without even having to be there, Owen. This is not Invoker.
You know, Sunstrike on Invoker, that kills people when you're not there.
Well, usually you need help for that. Miracle could truly take this game himself, it feels. Ace in trouble.
But there's the backup. Zibe's coming in with a Rolling Thunder.
Oh, Delta Split.
Keeps Ace alive. Woo. Yours control from Weeha. Dodges the stun, he's out.
Now that was pretty. Just like a cat playing with their food. Nigma force out spells and chill, and every minute they buy of space, keeping 5 men on their side, is more time for Miracle.
Yeah, it's insane that, you know, we have seen Ace for the most part trying to avoid the action and farm, but he's literally still only just got more farm than GH. GH is still right up there, level with this PL.
They found the strat. Okay, Arcane Rune, the best rune in the game for Quap. You'd think Weeha would take it, but no. He will give up his bottle to his carry so that Miracle can get more efficient usage out of it.
Yeah.
They have determined who their win condition shall be. That is the real Miracle, just TPing in face first.
He's feeling pretty confident right now. Not scared of 5 men making a move on him whatsoever. In fact, it's going to be Nigma again, just making the move on to 5 men. Zibe, he's jumped upon GH, closing the gap with a shield crash. That was a round Pylai Die. He'll go for the hook shot out to safety, and Ace will be there for a target for him to get up to the high ground. Oh, it's a lot of spooky ghosts coming in. and they'll kill him off. So even with that reach up to the high ground, the ghosts of Pyladi's past continue to haunt him straight to the grave. His Pi is gone.
And the clone going top to Midas and shove that lane. Sorry, Misery, but this will not be a successful split push. That'll be a mid-tier 2 most likely, and a 20k gold lead by 24 minutes.
I mean, and at this rate, this game is going to end with GH more farm than Ace. You know, one more objective or so in it, he's... I mean, why is Ace so far? How come Ace hasn't been fun in space? I feel
he
like
is fun in space. He has a hood. You don't farm with this item. I mean, look, it's more than just that, but ultimately, if you itemize for fighting, and the other team itemizes for farming, and you farm, it just doesn't work. And at this point, I'm trying to find hope for 5 men. I just can't. But they might find GH.
Let's see. GH with the 4-star, breaks away, turns with the Fade Bolt, mind control, in with the Burrow Strike onto Pyladi. That's the clock down. Ace on the run, swap back into the midst of them all. Arc Warden TPing across as well with the bots, bringing in the Tempest double as well. Ace trying to back away. He's got the safety of Pyladi and Misery by his side. Pi with the buyback to make sure that he's there to war case back to the tier 2.
And Chessie trying to find space bottom, but it's just, it's Miracle. He has 20,000 net worth. Yep, there's the BKB, Mjolnir. Looks like Shiva's recipe selected. It's pretty good. Always a very value item against the PL, and because it's an active ability, of course, you'll have the double blast damage, thanks to the clone. BKB now on Weeha. He's did a really nice job recovering. It was a tough lane up top, and altogether, so far, so good.
Seeing the river, I think Pi, he's just hooked in onto Miracle.
That's
a little alone. I mean, an ambitious hook shot from Pi. And you got to remember, he did just buy back, so he'll be gone for quite some time now.
Yep. Moving his death per minute down from about 2 minute 30 to 2 minute 15. Pyladi just making sure, you know, they might lose this game, but he's going to live up to his name regardless.
Yeah, I needed to after having quite a good game 1. You know, Pyladi dying game 1. He was not dying. He was not sticking to the standard.
No.
He came out with a very nice performance in that
Much
first
too many
game.
kills. Way too many kills.
Yeah, he was all over the place as the Prophet, but yeah, definitely having his work cut out here as the clock. As it's, I mean, just who does he go on? Anytime he hook shots in, it's just having to be in a way to buy space for the rest of his team to get out.
Yeah. I mean, the levels are just, oh man, this hurts. It's one of those games you just feel powerless. You know, both cores on the side of Nigma have Yols, the exception of Miracle, who's just got a BKB, so they're not really targets. Diffusal's cute on Ace, but how is he going to stick to a target? No one's squishy enough. They've really just got to find the supports, and, you know, pray RMN isn't in range, but then is another Arcane going to Miracle. Maybe it's time to just try to end the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened. GH has overtaken Ace on farm, as Nigma hold 4 of the 5 top spots on the individual net worth.
And it's not getting any better as they continue to chase Ace. That is a Rubik rocket.
As Ace, he's going to have to pull some serious jukes here to survive. And there isn't enough jukes in the world to save him from these 3. As Ace picked off once again, feeling pretty helpless here in this game. Not a lot he can do whatsoever with the difference that's been created. Top lane Chessie will manage to get out. BKB a solid answer to everything that Nigma has, so Chessie able to keep himself alive.
Miracle's clone taking a tower bottom as this occurs. It's just not much you can do, Owen. This is a really rough spot, and ultimately evidence why you should never give an Arc Warden not just free farm, but 4 kills in lane.
Yeah, it was a very rough bottom lane. Zibe, he did manage to come in with that really nice play. He got himself back in the game. It started to feel like, at least, in the mid game, but the damage was already done, right? You've already propelled Miracle towards this sub 9-minute Midas.
Look at the ghosts.
Yeah, good luck stepping anywhere close to this tower for the defense.
Arcane Rune.
There we have
Range.
it. Straight in. onto Misery. Ace, swap back as well. The Ghost just evaporate him. Oh no. As yeah, they'll call it. They know this one is well and truly over. GG is called as 5 men will tap out of the second game. Nigma to take this 1-1 now. And this game 2, it was a rough one straight from the off. These are the lane setups.